We are here at the tallest bridge in the world. It is the Huajiang Gorge Bridge in Guizhou, China. Absolutely stunning. 2 times larger than the tallest bridge in America. 2 times taller than the Eiffel Tower. 1.4 times the size of the Empire State Building. And all of this was built in 3.5 years with a price tag of $280 million. It turned what was a 3 to 4 hour trip into a 3 to 4 minute drive across this bridge. It made it extremely easy for farmers, for rural workers, for migrant workers, for transportation, trade, cargo, livestock transportation, tourists to travel here across this region in Guizhou. We saw last night there was a light show that took place. It takes place every night at around 7:30. I can show you a video of it now. It was spectacular. There was like hundreds of people out here watching it. There's a hotel on the other side of the bridge, and we actually had the privilege to stay there. It's a magnificent 5-star hotel. We are here at the Huajiang Canyon Bridge Hotel. We woke up to this. I mean, I can show you the view from where we woke up this morning. If you want to stay there, I highly suggest you do, but you're gonna have to wait a little bit. It's actually not open to the public yet, but we had the honor to stay there. It was super cool. And it really makes you wonder. It's like, why can't we do stuff like this in America? It's because we have a government that does not actually serve its people, and we have an economic system that prioritizes profit above all else. I mean, why on earth would a private company invest in something like this? They wouldn't be able to. There'd be no way in the short term for them to turn a profit. And in the long term, the profit is seen by way of the fuel prices that are saved, by the increased trade. And that's only beneficial to a state that has, again, a lot of government ownership, state ownership that provides for its people through a myriad of government programs and amazing public works aid and programs and structures that we've covered here on this trip in part. This is why China has been able to lift 890 million people out of poverty over the last 40 years. In Guizhou, this province alone, they lifted 9.2 million people out of poverty over the span of 8 years. And they did it with projects like this, the other bridges in the region, and some of the other topics that we covered in our videos on this trip. All right, everybody, we are currently on top of and walking across the Huajiang Grand Canyon Bridge, and we are very high up. We are very high up. We're going to be seeing a lot more. This is an incredible feat of human engineering. Nothing like it on the face of the earth. I'm trying not to look down because I don't want to see down below me. I'm not afraid of heights, but this is just kind of crazy. Chris, you are here, the tallest bridge in the world. We are here in Guizhou, China. This is the Huajiang Gorge Bridge. The tallest bridge in America is the Royal Gorge Bridge in Colorado. I think they wanted to one-up them on the name as well.
They certainly did one-up them. This is an architectural engineering masterpiece, of course. And I feel, look at this. I mean, here I am. I'm on crutches here, and I feel like I'm airborne again. Here we are. This is amazing. This is unbelievable. And China did this in 3 years. We're still trying to fix the bridge that collapsed on the East Coast. 3 years, and they were able to build the tallest and one of the most structurally sound bridges in the world. Unbelievable.
Not only is this the tallest bridge in the world, it is also the longest suspension bridge in a mountainous region. And that's part of the difficulty of building this. I'm trying to block the mic as we film because it is so windy. There are other tall bridges in the world, sure, yes, but the terrain here, mountainous terrain, I mean, the wind, there's a giant river below, there's a whole lot of things that could go wrong in building a structure like this, but there was not a single injury, not a single death in the construction of this bridge. What do you think about this, Nelly? Tallest bridge in the world.
That is absolutely amazing. I love it. It's so cool. That's it.
We are here with Secretary Xu, our comrade. She's the secretary of the Huajiang County Party Committee. We're also enjoying some local Huajiang noodles, is that?
Yes, Huajiang rice noodles.
Okay.
Yes.
And they're spicy.
It's spicy. No, not spicy. Maybe you can have a
We'll see. All right, so this is the local cuisine. Huajiang spicy noodle. Very good. Spicy. It is spicy.
Spicy?
Yes. Yes. Very good. We love Guizhou. We love this bridge. We love China. Everyone come check it out. This is such a crazy view. This bridge, 9 times taller than the Golden State Bridge in San Francisco. It's 8 times taller than the Statue of Liberty. And across the entire bridge, it's about 10,000, a little bit less than 10,000 feet. Between the two main supports of this bridge, it's about 4,700 feet across. So that's the main span of the bridge. A little over 2,000 feet from the bottom of the river down there. So it's absolutely massive. You would not want to fall off the bungee cord. You would not want to, they have like a wooden bridge you can walk across. I'm like, I'm definitely not doing that. I do the bungee jump before I did the wooden bridge. And pretty much everyone, all the expert engineers, they agree that in any other country, this would take like 5 to 10 years to build. In America, maybe 50 years, maybe just it's never going to get ever built at all. Because starting in the early 2000s, you know, we started this idea of high-speed rail and we spent over $100 billion on it. And there's like not a single mile of high-speed rail that's been built. So maybe just like this stuff never comes to the United States. I don't know. But here, again, 3.5 years. 3.5 years it took them to build this. The Francis Scott Key Bridge in Baltimore, Maryland, which partially collapsed 2 years ago this month. It hasn't even been reconstructed yet. 70% of the design work is only done. They haven't even completed the designs yet. They're saying that best case scenario, it's going to be done by 2030 and it's going to have a $5 billion price tag. This bridge costed $280 million. How does any of this make sense? China is the future. China is living in the future. Communism works. China is proof of that. I don't know what else to say. Americans need to realize, and people in the West need to realize that the biggest lie that the government has ever sold us is that communism is evil and doesn't work. If that's true, what is China? You know? And if you don't want to call it communist, be ignorant, but let's just adopt the same thing in America. How about that? You don't have to call it communism if you want to be like a boomer or something, but let's adopt the same principle in America because clearly it works. It's spectacular. You know, instead of waging wars all across the world, instead of a $1.5 trillion war budget, instead of war on Iran, war on Gaza, war on Lebanon, war on Syria, war on Yemen, war on Russia, so on and so forth, they say, how about another bridge? How about another program to help rural farmers? How about another infrastructure project to serve this community of, 1,000 or 2,000 rural farm workers in a region that was previously disconnected from the entire country. And that's why China is succeeding. It's really simple, actually. People make it seem as though leading a country, Trump has so many difficult questions to answer and so many difficult problems to solve. And it's actually like, no, he's actually just creating a bunch of problems. He's doing whatever he can. And the same is true about Biden. If it was Kamala, well, instead of just war in Iran, we'd probably also be bombing Moscow as well. So this is a country that prioritizes its people, and it is proof that communism works. And if you say, well, it's not communism, I encourage you to come here and check it out yourself, because it's all communists that built this stuff. It's communists that dreamed up the 5-year plans that made this all possible. It's communists that built the water canals in the Tunji village in the Guizhou region in Sunyi County that we saw yesterday. They built that by hand over the course of 36 years with no heavy machinery. They're the ones who did this. We met with all of the party committee members and chairwomen and chairmen who represent these regions, and it's through their drive for prosperity, for growth, and for developing this country into something beautiful where all people can live a good life that stuff like this becomes possible. In America, we have, a capitalist class. We have an Epstein regime that prioritizes Wall Street, shareholder revenue, JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, BlackRock, Lockheed Martin, all these companies. That's what their priorities are. Here, it is much, much different.